In 2017, the FLIR, gimbal, and Go Fast UFOs were released to the public. People thought disclosure was close. I wasn't impressed. This is my debunk of the Go Fast video. To me, the whole craze felt contrived, as if the government wanted the public to chase its own tail. And here we are, nearly 10 years later, and aliens and UFOs are still just media buzzwords, and we're no closer to real disclosure. That said, I do believe that this UFO phenomenon is real, and that's why I love lesser known stories. They may not be sensational, but to me, they ring truer than anything force-fed to us by the government or the media. Enter an innocuous ham radio operator from Utah. On the night of January 14, 2016, just after midnight, American Airlines Flight 434 was cruising over Utah. A man was listening to the skies with his ham radio, and while scanning frequencies, he suddenly heard a pilot report something extraordinary. There is an extremely large, bright object, nearly a mile wide, keeping pace with our plane, he said. Air traffic control checked the screens and replied, "That's NEPHI off to your right side." After a moment, the pilot calmly answered, "Okay," but apparently continued to describe what he was seeing. It was a large orange square keeping pace with his plane. The ham radio operator listening in was fascinated with what he was hearing. In fact, he filed a Freedom of Information request with the FAA, and he got the package: flight data, radar returns, call logs, everything, except the most important part: what he had heard with his own ears. The UFO transmission was missing. Now, you could make the argument that air traffic control was insinuating that all the pilot was seeing were the lights of the city Nephi, giving incentive for the airline to squash the report to protect their pilot, who may have had an unfortunate lapse in judgment. It's possible that's what happened. However, a closer look at the radar return data tells another story. It shows numerous returns, meaning the pilot appears to have really seen something other than the city lights. This is a flight path, there is Nephi, and that is a cluster of unknown objects picked up on radar that, according to Martin Show, retired air traffic control and radar expert, are most certainly not birds or other known atmospheric phenomena. After examining the data, he said, "I have absolutely no idea what they are." Erica Lukes, director of MUFON, performed a thorough investigation and concluded that these objects weren't birds, drones, military operations, or anomalous radar propagation. She even spoke with the locals, who amazingly reported seeing those lights. In fact, strange lights in the skies over Nephi is apparently a common sight. These stories happen all the time, and they aren't all just misidentification. And thanks to ham radio operators, we get some of them on occasion. But otherwise, most of these reports never see the light of day.